years ago. I was inspired one part by my professor who wanted us to come up with an idea to build this community based around something. And then the other part actually was Panera's Pay What You Can restaurants. They used to have these restaurants where customers could pay what they could for their meals, but eventually they had to shut it down because, they were losing money and they just couldn't break even. But I was really inspired by that idea and wanting to make kind of a small difference in the amount of like millions of clothings that Americans like throw away every year that just go to landfills. And then also finding a creative way to share various nonprofits' missions because, they're all so important and they don't always have the resources to communicate their missions and everything that's going on within their organization.
Okay, so now the way the program works, you just can't put out something. You got to drop a name. So your professor put out an idea. You thought it was great.
Yeah.
We got to show some love to your professor. Who was it?
Yeah. My professor was Judy Crenshaw. I hope that a lot of people know that name. She was the PRSA Richmond chapter. She's amazing.
Okay. And what was it about her message that inspired you that you guys went down that road about seeing how you could make a difference?
Yeah, it was really just about building a community based around like a specific interest. And I've always had like a big interest in nonprofits. So that's kind of where that conversation went. But I never did that for that class. I did this later, actually last summer. I started it in June 2020 because, a lot of my internship opportunities had kind of gone away because of the pandemic and I was in quarantine and I was like, you know what, this is a huge passion of mine. I'm going to start it. So that's when I actually started.
Okay, people live a lot parts of their life. They want to do something. They had an idea, and it just sits there. How do
Yeah.
you take that idea that you had in the middle of a pandemic and create a movement?
Yeah, that's a great question. I really have to say I owe that a lot to um my like circle of friends. They were all really supportive of the idea and they all like kind of volunteered. Oh, I know people who will give you clothes. Oh, I know I'll model for you. So it was really a big group effort that allowed that to kind of happen and come to life.
Okay,